Good morning. Who are my 4 a.m. club? We are recording this at 4 o'clock in the morning. It will come on as a live show, but we like to get up early to have that quiet time to think and reflect and listen to books and see how we can be better. So if you haven't been tuning in, this is the Elevated Marketing Chat that we've been doing since 2019. This is the show where we go solo and it's just me talking. You've certainly heard us on the Elevated Marketing podcast with Brenna and I, and then Lorraine and I are live every Friday at 9 a.m. with the Small Biz Chat. So we're always just chatting about things. Today we're going to chat about social media and the 80-20 rule. It's certainly not a topic that hasn't been discussed a lot. I think it's just real easy to forget that when you get on social media, it's about being social and people are going there to hang out. And it's very similar to a networking event but some people look at networking events wrong. Like, they go to a networking event and they have this stack of cards, and maybe I shouldn't say wrong, but it comes off wrong. It smells like a desperation if you're running around with a stack of business cards and you're just handing them out left and right. Hey, here, do you want some business? You look kind of like Johnny on the spot. And there's a sense of elusiveness when, you're not giving out your card unless somebody asks for your card. And I'm not telling you on your social media that you should not promote what you offer as services, but it should only be 20% of your content. And I'm not the first person to say this, and it's just because it's true. It's like an old test of time statement, is that if you provide value to people first 80% of the time, then you're allowed to the other 20%, ask for the sale. And if you're in sales, you'll always be closing, and that might be something that you're kind of used to. Or if you're the, business owner, thinking of your social media as this is a place to potentially shout what I am offering, I would advise that that's not a great idea. What you would rather do is talk about the knowledge that you have in order to help somebody with problems that they have. If you can match your product or service with a problem that somebody has and be helpful when they really need you and they're unable to solve the problem on their own, then they're going to come to you, and that's going to be a brand loyalty of, you know what, this person helped me when I didn't necessarily, pay them. They just gave me the knowledge, and it wasn't this bait and switch. So I don't think that this is a new concept. I just think sometimes maybe there's not a whole lot of planning going on with people's marketing. There's not a whole lot of, or maybe there's a lot of planning and not a whole lot of execution. Let me say it that way. It takes consistency and persistence to constantly be out helping people to where people will, want that FOMO, fear of missing out, and they will want to work with you because you're not desperate, constantly talking about what you do, but you're trying to help other people. The saying I always say, and I learned this from, a previous career, is if you help enough people get what they want, you will eventually get what you want. So it's lending out your hand and talking about, all those different ways. I think what people maybe sometimes struggle with is like, okay, how can I help? There's just simple strategies. Like if you have a sales team or you have a customer service person and they are hearing the problems that your potential clients or customers have. And, we always practice like content, and you can put that into helpful tips. I mean, there's just simple things, fun, relatable content. If you just be who you are, then you're going to attract people. So there's that educational content, that lifestyle content, like I want to be a part of this, user generated content, industry news and updates, celebratory content. I had to throw in a word that might be hard for me to pronounce. And then we're going to put out a blog post with like 101 ways to, be helpful with your audience, or how to like keep them engaged and have a conversation online. So you'll have to look out for that blog post that's coming in. That was my one plug that I'm going to do for this show. It's just a simple knowing who your audience is, making that creativity, having the high value. Is it simple? No. It's hard work, and it's just not putting pressure on that small little percentage of people who are ready to buy your products and services, but rather like building this big giant bubble of potential people that are still in your target market, though. Not like potential like the entire country, or anybody can use my product and service. Yeah, they probably can, but they're not the ideal person that you are trying to concentrate on. So practice the 80-20 rule with your social media, and don't be shouting at people, and just keep social media social and have fun with it. Per usual, I could go on and on, but I won't. I'll keep this chat simple. And if there's, I don't know, next time I'm not sure what we're going to talk about yet, but we always like keep it interesting. So for now, my name's Jennifer Denny. I own Elevated Marketing Solutions, and thank you for listening. Take care.